Hello and welcome back to Crafting with Amy. I'm Amy and today we're going to be making a Deco Mesh spring flower wreath. The supplies you're going to need is a 10-inch wreath frame. It has 4 rings, and this is Deco Mesh. This came from Walmart, so it's not the greatest quality. And then you'll need rotary cutters, a cutting mat, that measuring thing, scissors, and zip ties. And I used right at 3 rows, well, almost 3 rows. And here I'm just going to be getting it squared up where the end is kind of wonky. You can use poly burlap. That would actually be a better choice. It holds its shape better and it doesn't fray as much. But I had this, and I've actually done another tutorial that I'm going to upload on a different method for doing different ways you can use mesh, different methods, and I'll be uploading it as well. But these flower wreaths, flower petals, they just make really pretty wreaths. So you're going to cut these at 10 inches. And sometimes I place like a can of green beans or something down there, but my camera would be in the way, so I could cut 10 and then at 20. I do that once I'm just showing you here where to cut, and just a couple of pieces, because Deco Mesh moves around a lot on you. It's kind of hard to keep it in place. And you wouldn't have to use as much if you use poly burlap, because it is thicker and it's not as, you can see through this pretty well. And I realize that when I'm making the petals. So I decided to show you all a couple. I put something white up underneath it because I realized that the mesh wasn't showing up real well in making the folds. But I cut all of that, and then this is how you make the fold. You put it in a triangle, like fold it over in half each way, and then you scrunch it up and then fold those over. And then I'm going to be attaching this to the second ring from the inside with the zip ties. And I apologize, I have a hard time with zip ties. Anything, my hands just do not manipulate very well, and I apologize for that, but I really couldn't speed it up. And you always want to make sure you go into that flat side of the zip tie, which is easy sometimes to mess up. And it's kind of going sideways, but that's okay, because when I do the last row, I make them go the other way to kind of help fill in And if you had clips of some sort, you could go ahead and make these ahead. So see, you've got it. It looks like not a triangle. I don't know. And then you just fold it in halfway, fold it in from the other side, scrunch it up, flip it over. I enjoy doing this stuff, but it really, my hands really do give me a hard time. I end up putting 38 on that ring. I don't show all of that. Thank goodness, or it would be 20 hours long. But 38, and then on the next round, I put 24, and on the final round, I thought I was going to get 12 in there, but it ended up being 11. So I think I just show one more here. Fold it over, scrunch it. But if you did, and I have done that before, I've used clothespins to get a bunch made up. You could go ahead and put a zip tie, but then you'd have to put another zip tie. And with this mesh, it would be too much to try to hide those. But I think if you use poly burlap or something, you could do that. Just go ahead and zip tie them, cut them off, and have all your bundles ready. Or like I said, use some kind of clips to hold them together until you're ready. And I had forgotten, but I'm getting ready to do it, to put the canvas, plastic canvas in the center so you can have something to attach your whatever you choose for your center to be. So here I am halfway through, and that's when I remember, and it's a good thing I did, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to have gotten it on there. This is just plastic canvas. It's almost like what people used to do, cross stitch. And I get this at Walmart. They have it in their crafting department. But you trace along, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a pin or something. I can't find one. So trace along the outside of the innermost ring. And then cut it. And some of the petals will go on this. I have got to get some new scissors. I keep forgetting. But after I upload this one, I'll upload the one. It's a pull-through method. Just to show a different way, different method to make wreaths with. Now you attach this to that inner ring. It would have been easier had I done that first. I don't know why I forgot that. And you just go around. I don't know how many, I don't remember how many I put in there. Just, so long as it's secure. And you can use all types of different centers. I end up using, I make like a pom-pom out of jute because I like that natural color. But I have made them with yellow yarn before. You can use a styrofoam disc or floral foam, cut it in half. Not floral foam, it would have to be the styrofoam. Cut it in two and then attach. Some people just paint them, and some put like little pins that have, decorative stuff on them all through the foam. Okay, now we're going to go and for this you have to insert your pipe cleaner, ugh. You have to insert your zip tie going downward because you're going to go in between that wire or over that wire and into the plastic canvas. So you'll be fastening on the back side. No, not for these, because there's that wire. It's the next round that you have to do that. I'm sorry. I think this is going to go on my front door because I had that, one of them that I had made on my front door, but I had it outside the front door, and even though there's a covered porch there, we had some storms and all kinds of rain, and I got home yesterday and it was laying on the front porch soaking wet. So this one I'm hoping will go in between the storm door and the regular door. Yeah, I messed up, so now I've got to cut that. But that's a good thing. You can always go back and cut them. It's kind of tight there, getting it, because that wire's there. But you want to come up through that canvas a little bit, and then the other side on that wire. And for this row, I do 24. But again, if you were using poly burlap, it wouldn't take as much because it wouldn't show through. I've made them with poly burlap before, but I didn't have any, and I had this, and I like purple. I need to do my nails. I used to get them done all the time, and then I went one time and she was like, "You have such pretty natural nails," and I'm like, "Why am I doing this then?" And then by the time I'm trying to grow out, or I did grow out from just the damage from, I wouldn't get like acrylic put on them, but like gel polish, but even that, when they take it off, they use those grinders and all that stuff, and it damaged my natural nails. So I said, I'm just going to grow them out and then start doing them myself. And here I'm frozen, and I do not know how to get that out. If anybody knows how to do, I can edit from the front of a clip, shorten it or whatever, but if I go to delete a section, it deletes it all. I was going to give this to a lady, and I may give the other one to a lady that she used to buy, when I sewed crafts, she used to buy a lot of stuff from me, and she loves purple. She has like a wall with nothing but purple on it. But I no longer sew crafts, and I thought, well, so I may give her the other one, because I think I'm going to keep this one. I think this is the last one that I show you all with that. I just wanted you to see that you've got to go down over that wire and then up through that plastic canvas. I'm going to have to get some more zip ties too, because I'm almost out. They make small ones, and then these, I don't remember where I got these. I ordered them somewhere. Because you can get the little ones at, I think they're like 5 inches maybe. You can get those at Walmart. But these longer ones, I ordered them. I don't know if it was Trendy Tree, Craft Outlet. I don't remember. So I have 38 on the second row from the inside, and on that one I have 24. And this is where you're going to have to go. It's going to have to go underneath. I don't know how to explain that. You come up through the canvas and then go back down, and you'll have to fasten it on the back side. If that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. And that's what I'm wrestling with. But you just leave it like in a loop where you can get that through the end. And it won't, let's see, it came out on me. Come on. Quit, quit, quit. Just do what I want you to do. And I just went over a couple of spaces, just enough to get that end in there. And it did it again. I think I need 4 hands. Or 2 that work a little bit better. And honestly, this mesh at Walmart was probably equivalent to the price of a good quality poly burlap. I don't remember, it's because like I said, I've had it for a long time. But it wasn't as expensive then. Because I'm pretty sure you can get, excuse me, a roll of poly burlap for like 8 something. And I think that's what this now is. It didn't used to be. So basically, I'm suggesting you use poly burlap. I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to say. And it's 10 inches by 10 yards. Well, let me see. I got it right here. Yeah, 10 inches by 10 yards. And you cut it at 10 inches. So it's 10 inches wide by 10 yards. They're charging now for that about what you could get this for at Hobby Lobby. But Hobby Lobby has sales where you can get like 50% off. So I wouldn't pay that for it. Like I said, when I got it, it was a lot cheaper. Now I'm just putting this down there to show you all because I thought, well, it's harder to see on that gray mat. And whatever you do, don't wear rings if you're dealing with this mesh, because it will get tangled up in them. And when you're done, you do have to go through with scissors and cut off, where it is sprayed. And I realize, I think that I put it in the wrong way. Yeah, you always have to go into the flat side. Sometimes you can just twist it. So for this row, I used 11. So we've got 38 on that one, 24 on the second, and 11. I don't know how that turned out, but that's how it did. So I'd have to get my calculator to do that math on how many it ends up taking. And I just like them full. I don't know that you would have to use that many. But if you like them full, they make some real pretty Deco Mesh. I know I saw at Walmart.com and at Hobby Lobby and stuff. Um, they make rainbow colored ones and ombre. There's some really pretty ones. But I'm trying to use up as much stuff that I have on hand. I still haven't been able to find Easter Bunny head wireframes at Dollar Tree or any of the wooden eggs or the jute carrots. So I have just decided that I'm going to make some carrots myself and do another Easter tutorial. And it froze on me again. I do not know, and I apologize. I don't know why it does this, and I don't know how to fix it. Okay, now we have all of those. No, now we have all of them. And I did speed this up because I was just showing you there's some yellow yarn. You could use that. I just cut down a piece of poster board. I used to use that to measure mesh. And I'm just taking this jute twine because just doing it around my fingers wasn't going to make it big enough. And I'm just making a pom-pom. I almost used a pretty thick jute rope and glued it in a spiral, around. I've done that before. Those turn out nice too. But I thought I'd try this, and it might be a little different. This is where I really realized I need new scissors. Oh, really? Okay. I thought it was going to freeze. So then you just wrap it, and I'm going through a couple of times, and then I tie a knot. I don't think these scissors would cut better. I just always forget to get new scissors. I was working yesterday on my t-shirt quilt over at my mother's, and because she's always very, her scissors are perfect, but she had a pair that was dull, and I was like, not supposed to have dull scissors. So I took that and I just flipped it up, cut some really long pieces, and now I'm going to just glue it to the ends of the Deco Mesh. You could use wire or to attach it, and then you can cover the backs of these with felt or poster board. I've used poster board before and just covered the entire back of the wreath where you don't see all of those zip ties. I don't show doing that to this one, but it's, pretty self-explanatory. You just cut out, and it's best to do that before you do all this, obviously. Just cut out the trace on some foam board or felt the entire length of your, or diameter of your wreath form, and then attach it with some zip ties. And there is the finished product. I just think it looks like maybe a wildflower. Thank you all for watching. I apologize for my voice. It's weak. And hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment, and I'll be uploading another one